In robotics kinematics, robot kinematics, I will teach DH parameter. Okay. Hello. Anyone? Reply?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 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 You know about manipulators? Any something idea? Yes, you know. Hello. Anyone? Hello. Am I audible?
Dear class, you please be a bit more cooperative with Viren sir, as I already mentioned that he's new to this environment of Microsoft Teams. So please help him have a class that is a more interactive kind of, so that he could have an idea that
Otherwise, I
people
will
are
tell everything and
listening
you.
and we are in the same page. So please be a bit more responsive. Thank you.
Okay. Have you any idea about manipulator? Oh, sir, let's start. Huh? A manipulator is a kinematic chain. It is a combination of rigid body that can move with respect to some joints, some mechanical constant. That mechanical constant is called joints. So a whole manipulator can be simplified in two ways. It is a rigid body and that is connected with joints. And in simple way, it is a combination of joint and links. So in a manipulator, so many joints and so many links are there. So what type of links we use occasionally for manipulator? Revolute type and prismatic type. Revolute type means revolve about one axis, and prismatic translate about that axis. That is the prismatic type. Quick revision I will do. What is degree of freedom? Do you know degree of freedom? No. Achha. The number of independent coordinates required to fully describe pose of a body is called degree of freedom of that body. For 3D space, there need 6 degrees of freedom to describe the object. 3 for translation and 3 for rotation. Total 6. What for manipulator, degree of freedom is defined as the number of joints, your number of actuators the manipulator has. That is called degree of freedom. Suppose that in this figure, 2 links are there and there is a 2 joints here. The number of joints are 2, joint 1 J1 and joint 2 J2. So the degree of freedom of this manipulator is 2 DOF. If any manipulator has given, then you have to find the how many joints are there, how many actuators are there. That is called its degree of freedom of that manipulator. Hello, hello.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Achha, workspace of a manipulator. Workspace for any manipulator, the tip of the end point of the manipulator is called the end point of the manipulator is called tip of the manipulator. So workspace is defined as that the end effector can reach that at any point. That all points are called workspace of the manipulator. Suppose that this is a 2DOF manipulator, and this manipulator end effector can reach this shaded area. These all shaded areas are workspace for that 2DOF manipulator. Similarly, for this manipulator, this line, curved line, these are all workspace for this manipulator. There are 2 types of manipulator, workspace. Dexterous workspace or reachable workspace. Dexterous workspace in which a space where the point can be reached by end effector in any orientation. What reachable workspace? The space in which point can reach by the end effector only in at least one orientation space. Just suppose that at boundary point, it is only called reachable Barker space. It is now Dexter Barker space. Before that, you have know the basic rotation matrix. Sominda has already teaches it. So basic rotation matrix is rotation about z axis is defined by this, y axis is defined by this, and x axis is defined by this. Okay. Rotation and translation. Do you know homogeneous transformation matrix? Already Sominda teaches. So just introduction. If the rotation and translation combine in one matrix, that matrix is called homogeneous matrix. Homogeneous matrix for translation in x by and followed by rotation in z in this matrix. So actually homogeneous transformation matrix has rotation matrix as well as translation matrix. This is combination of both. This will be used for our DS parameter. So this is we use two types of reference frame here. Manipulator for manipulator application, two types of reference frame we use: world frame and link frame. World frame is called a static frame, and link frame are attached on each link that can move with the links. That is the link frame. And another frame you can call T at point T tool frame. You can say. Come to robot kinematics. These all are previous are needed for to know the study the robot kinematics. What is kinematics? Anyone? No. The analysis of a study of geometry of motion of a mechanism, any mechanism, with respect to some global frame, some fixed frame. But in a study that you cannot consider the forces and moment. This is called the kinematics. When you study the kinematics, we do not know bother about forces and moment. Where only geometry relation. That is the kinematics of the manipulator. What is different between kinematics and differential kinematics? Kinematics is an analytical relationship between joint space, joint position, and end position. End position and joint. What is joint position? Actually, I have already told you, the manipulator has joints and links. So joints angles, joints position means joints angle theta 1, theta 2, theta 3. End effector position is represented by x, y, z, where our manipulator end tip reaches. And differential kinematics describe the relationship between joint motion, q dot, theta dot, and end effector velocity. End effector velocity x dot, y dot, z dot. Come to the kinematic modeling. Kinematic computation are performed in terms of coordinate frame. A frame is attached to each link of the manipulator, and motion is described as transform from one frame to another frame by some rotation and translation. Kinematic modeling is actually relation between joint space and task space. Theta and x. Theta 1, theta 2, theta 3, these are called joint space, or end effector position x, y, z represent, that is called task space. The relation between joint space and task space is related through kinematic modeling. It can be divided into two parts, forward kinematics and backward kinematics. What is forward kinematics? If joint angles are given, in this figure you see theta 1, theta 2, theta 3, these are joint parameters. And position XYZ of end effector is called task space. So if theta 1, theta 2, theta 3 are link parameters are given, L1, L2 given, and we have to find what is the end position. This is the called forward kinematics. And if theta 1 is given, we have to find the end effector position. Similarly, inverse kinematics, what is this? Just opposite. This time, end effector position is given, and you have to find theta 1, theta 2, theta 3, and a joint space. This is called inverse kinematics. Okay? All are okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just one simple example I am given for forward kinematics and inverse kinematics. This is one link manipulator. Green line is say one link manipulator. It is rotated about x-axis by angle theta. We want to know the position of end point and x1, y1. What happened in x direction? What happened? x1 is equal to L1 cos theta 1, since it is L, cos projection is there, and vertical L1 sin theta 2, L1 sin theta, and its coordinate is x is equal to L1 cos theta and y is equal to L1 sin theta. This is the forward kinematics, because I know theta 1, theta L, so x1, x2 we can calculate. This is forward kinematics. What is inverse kinematics? No, I know x1, y1 and L, and we have to find the theta. This is the inverse kinematics, and theta dot is equal to this. Theta dot is cos inverse x1 by L. We know x1, L1, theta 1, theta calculated. This is inverse kinematics. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Come to the DH parameter. Since our manipulator is combination of different links and joints, each link has one frame. So there is some relation from one link to another link and one frame to another frame. That is described by some parameters. That is called DH parameters. DH parameters are convention used to robotic expert to mathematically express the size and shape of robot's skeleton, robot structure. If you DH parameter table is given, then you can say that this type robot is this is. Why? Knowing the DH table of any manipulator. Okay. Achha. For that, for DH description has 4 terms, 4 parameters. Manipulator links in 3D space can be described by only 4 parameters. Only 4 parameters. What? Any object, in general, any object placed in 3D space, how many degree of freedom required for that? To describe for that? 6? 6, na?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Okay?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
But
sir.
here, why using DH parameter, only 4 parameters are needed. And this is advantageous. In place of 6, we only use 4. This is the beauty of DH parameter notations. Okay? Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Before describing the DH parameter notations, we have to do joint numbering and attachments, link numbering. How many links are there? How many joints are there? How we will attach the frame on these joints, on this frame. Okay, for that, first any manipulator is given. Suppose that NDOF manipulator is given. So how many joints are there? N. Since NDOF should
N.
have N. Huh? If degree of freedom is N, it means joint is N.
Yes, sir.
A manipulator is defined as number of joints. Number of joints is N and degree of freedom N.
N.
Here in figure there are how many joints? Joint 1, joint 2, joint 3. And this manipulator is 3DOF. From base we start joint numbering. First joint is called joint 1, then joint 2, then joint 3. Then we number of links. A manipulator N has N plus 1 number of links. One extra number of links. That extra will be base. That part cannot move. This part, base part. Link 0. Here you see link 0. Link 0 is static. So we consider it as link 0. And link numbering start from 0 to N. And link 0 is a static link. Link first moving part is link 1, then link 2, then link 3. Okay, in simple way. How are joints, where joints are jointed? Link 1 and 0. Between link 1 and 0, first joint is there. Between link 2 and link 1, second joint is there. Between link 3 and link 2, third joint is there. Okay. Come to the link numbering happen. Joint numbering happen. Now frame. How we will attach frame? Frame similar to how many links are there? N plus 1. So there are N plus 1 frames because each link has one frame. So base frame link 0 has called base frame, frame 1. This is a static frame, not moving. Rest frames are moving frame. And another thing, in this convention, one question arises where link 1 is, in link 1 where we can attach the frame. At the starting, yeah, middle, yeah, end. But in our convention, we attach the frame at the distal point of the link. And in link 1, at distal point of link, frame 1 will be attached. At link 2, at distal point is where this here we will use frame 2. Similarly for link 3, at distal point, here tool point, that is there we attach frame 3. In this way, frame attachment. Frame also in this convention, remember frame will be attached at the end point of the link, distal point of the link, then during frame attachment, when you give the direction of frame, you have to know the right hand rule. We apply here right hand rule. What is right hand rule? If X represent in thumb and finger point represent Y, then middle point will be Z. All should be perpendicular to each other. This is the right hand point. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just come to, now come to frame attachment. I have already told that manipulators are combinations of links. Suppose that this is link 1, this is link I plus 1, previous here link I minus 1. Okay. So how we will attach the frames? For link I, where I will attach the frame? Anyone? At the distal point of link I, here. Okay. So first we attach only Z axis or at every joint, at every distal point of the. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you please repeat it again?
Then we attach xi defined. Then knowing xi and zi, apply the right hand rule and compute the y direction. How we could do it? First choose link I, distal point. Where is the zi should be aligned with xi axis. This is a revolute joint and xi will be in z direction, this direction. So zi will be along the xi. About which axis it is rotating, and zi should be along the rotation of the axis. Then xi will be perpendicular to zi. Here zi, it means previous, in previous axis there is z minus 1i axis. So xi will be depends on zi and zi minus 1 axis, and that is perpendicular to zi minus 1 and zi and away from zi. Here you see. Here you see zi this, zi minus e this, perpendicular to this. This is xi. Xi should be in this direction, away from z1i and toward link I plus 1. Then we know xi, zi, apply right hand rule, calculate yi. In this way, on each frame we can attach the x, y, z coordinates, z axis. I have already told we have attached the frame. Now we define the link parameters. I have already told Dana with Hardenberg high 4 parameters: alpha, a, d, theta. Alpha, link twist, link angle, offset, and the joint angle. How we define these parameters? First term, ai. Ai is link length. This is called link length. How we can define? As we have already established the frames on each link, now we on that basis we define ai. Ai is link length of link I. I means link I or link I. Okay. This is called distance measured about xi from the point of intersection xi and zi, that is point C, to the origin of frame I. Come here. This is our z axis. This is our zi. This is our xi, and another our is yi. No problem. Similarly, for axis I minus 1, you have already attached zi minus 1, xi minus 1, ii minus defined already. From these two, we define the link length. Link length is distance between D and the origin of zi axis along the xi axis, which that intersect zi and at point C, and the distance between C and D. This is called ai. In a simple way, in a simple manner, ai means link distance is perpendicular distance between zi and zi minus 1. Perpendicular distance between two axes about which it is rotating, zi and zi minus 1. Perpendicular distance, ai, that is link length. come to link twist. What is link twist? Link twist amount of rotation about the common perpendicular so that joint axes are parallel. And in a simple way, angle between zi minus 1 and zi measured about xi. In previous, what is the ai? Perpendicular distance between zi and zi minus 1. Here what happened? The angle between zi and zi minus 1 measured about xi. This is our zi. This is our zi minus 1. What is the angle between these two axes? Take it here and make it parallel. Parallel make it. This is the angle. To rotate about this, how many degree of freedom required? That is alpha I. This alpha I is called the twist angle. Are okay? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is twist. Joint distance. Di, third parameter is joint distance. The distance measured along zi minus 1. Here our zi and zi minus 1. Blue line. Zi minus 1. Distance measured along zi minus 1 from the origin of frame I. This is our D point is our origin of frame I to intersection of xi with zi minus 1. See, intersection point, if you xi extend, then it will cut at point C at the axis zi minus 1. So distance between B and C, this is called the joint distance. For link I, in simple way, the distance between, you see, xi minus 1 and xi, this is xi. So distance between xi and xi minus 1 along the zi axis. In a simple way. Now come to fourth point, joint angle. What is joint angle? The angle between xi and xi minus 1 measured about zi minus 1 axis in right hand sense. Here what is xi? Xi is red line, xi, and this is xi minus 1, this line. Then angle between these two are theta, that is represented by theta. If you this take as a parallel here, then angle between these two are theta I. This is called the joint angle. And a joint angle is between xi minus 1 and xi, measured about zi minus 1. But remember it, always measured about zi minus 1. And zi minus 1, two parameters are measured, theta I and di. Remember it. Okay. And alpha I measured about zi axis, here xi axis. Then we four parameters we know. Okay. So from transformation matrix, homogeneous transformation matrix you know. And if for four parameters there are four homogeneous transformation matrix, and we multiply it to get the relation between ZI, frame I and frame I minus 1. Now these two frame I and frame I minus 1, how they are related to each other? How we define it? Alpha I is defined in ZI frame, I frame. Okay, so first you rotate alpha I about xi so that ZI axis become parallel to ZI minus 1, about the ZI minus 1. And you have to rotate y alpha it about x axis. So this rotation is called rotation transformation matrix, rotation through a alpha I about x. From this D point, origin of this point to C point. For that you have to travel a distance. So second transformation matrix will be translation YAI about in which axis? X axis, about x axis. Then you our frame came here now at point C. From point C to we have to reach point B. For that you have to travel DI along Z axis. So then transformation matrix about Z axis by DI. Then you have to rotate theta I angle to align ZI frame, I frame and I minus 1 frame. So for that you have to rotate theta I about the ZI. This rotated theta I about Z. In this way, transformation between frame I and frame I minus 1 is done. And in multiplication of these four matrices, you give the composite matrix. So the composite transformation matrix will be this. And if first you rotate alpha I about x-axis, this transformation matrix, rotation matrix, then transformation only in x-axis AI, then transformation about z-axis, only z coordinate, rest are 0. Similarly, then rotation theta I about zi and only rotation part about zi, this. Multiply these matrices, we will get this. And the relation between I frame and I minus 1 frame can be written as this matrix. This matrix is very useful because we will use it for kinematics of manipulator, to describe the kinematics of the manipulator. Forward kinematics as well as backward kinematics, both. Okay. Hello.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
No, this transformation matrix, how come? Rotation about x-axis first by alpha I, then translation along x-axis by AI, then transformation about z-axis by DI, then rotation about theta I about z-axis. Then that, and this is the main matrix which relate the relation between frame I and I minus 1. If suppose that if we want to know the relation between this frame 1, frame I and I minus 1, then you use only this matrix. I minus 1 Ti is equal to cos theta I minus A. Remember it, and every parameter you know from DH parameter. Theta, alpha I, you know, AI, link length, DI, you know, then you calculate the I minus 1 Ti. Okay. Hello.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Just one simple example I am giving. Just simple for understanding. No complex, simple way. This is how many degree of freedom? Anyone?
3.
3.
Why?
3 joints are there.
Yes, 3 joints I have written. Joint 1, joint 2, joint 3. It means it has 3 degree of freedom. How many links are there here?
4.
4. Link 0 is static, not moving. So link 0, link 1, link 2, link 3. Okay. Now link numbering is done. Okay. Joint numbering is done. Next step, we have to attach frame. Okay na? Acha. For link 1, you see this is link 1. Red line it is written na link 1. Where frame 1 is attached? Where?
Z1.
Z1, distal point. For this link 1, this is the distal point. Z1 is the distal point. So our frame will be attached there. And we first attach Z1. Z1 will be along the axis of rotation. The axis of rotation perpendicular to the plane here. So it is perpendicular about Z1 will be perpendicular to the plane. Okay. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, you attach Z2 perpendicular to the frame, and Z1 in this planar robot, Z1, Z2 will be parallel to each other. Okay. And also here you see Z0. Z0 is also parallel to this plane. And in last, you attach Z3. At Z3, there is no joints. How we will attach? You just attach parallel to this is previous. And it is parallel to Z3, Z2. Z3 should be parallel to Z2. This is the convention. Okay? All are okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just I have just first you attach Z1. Then we will go to XI. Now come to XI. What is that definition to represent the XI? XI is for link 1. Think link 1. For link 1, X1 will be perpendicular to Z1, Z0 and Z1. Z0 and Z1. And away from Z0. XI will be just opposite to in this direction. Along the Z0. But we have given away from Z0. This is the definition. Okay. So its direction will be away from Z0. And X1 will be in this direction. Upward direction. Okay. Similarly, X2 will be parallel to Z2, Z1 and Z2 and away from Z1. So its direction is in this direction. And similar, X3, how will we define X3? X3 will be parallel to Z2 and Z3 and away from Z2. Say in this direction. Away from Z1. Parallel to both, but away from previous axis. Okay. Now we know Z1, X1 for every frame. No, na? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then you apply right hand rule to calculate the yi. yi will be right hand rule apply and give the direction of yi. In this way, we attach the frame on each links. Okay. एकदम simple way. First, joint numbering, then link numbering, then frame attaching. Frame attaching, first we Z axis we are attached, Z1, Z2, Z3 we will attach. Then according to Z1, Z2, Z3, we will define X1, X2, X3 direction. X1, X2, X3 direction we know, Z1, Z2, Z2 direction we know. Then apply the right hand rule and give the direction of Y1, Y2, Y3. Simple. Okay. Okay, all?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. Then we attach the frame. Now our task is to define the each parameter, to evaluate the each parameters. How we will evaluate? Because each parameters depend on the frames, how frames are attached. So link length, what is link length? How A1 is defined? Link length is कैसे? For link 1, A1 is how A1 is defined? The A1 is perpendicular distance between Z0 and Z1. This is the definition of link length. You remember this previous chapter, previous slides. The A1 will be perpendicular distance between Z0 and Z1. And Z0 this and Z1 this. This is perpendicular distance will be these two dotted red line. And this is A1. Perpendicular distance between two axes. Z1 along Z1. This is A1. A2 will be this. You think perpendicular distance between Z1 and Z2. Dot dot blue line here. This is A2. This length is called A2. A3 will be perpendicular distance between Z2 and Z3. See A3 dotted red line at link 3. This is perpendicular distance, just simple. Perpendicular distance between Z1 and Z2. Perpendicular distance between Z2 and Z3. In this way. Since this is a planar robot, all Z axis is away from the plane, so all are perpendicular to each other. So link length will be A1, A2, and A3. First parameter, you evaluated first parameter, A1, A2, A3, or 3 links. Now come to θ1, θ2, joint angle. What is joint angle? Joint angle is angle between x0 and x1. x0 and x1 along z0. And it means x0 is in this direction, x1 is in this direction. So angle between these two is this θ1. You extend here this direction and this direction. This will be θ1 about z1, about z0. θ1 about z0. Okay, axis is here. x1 is here, but θ1 is here at z0. And this angle is called z0. With θ2, joint angle 2, angle between x1 and x2, this extend both this direction and in this direction. This angle is called θ2 about z1 and about it, and this is our θ2. Similarly, θ3 will be angle between x2 and x3, and this angle from this to this, θ3. This is in this way joint angle can be defined. Now come the joint distance. What is joint distance? Displacement along ZI. Displacement along ZI to make aligned xi axis minus and xi minus 1 axis. But here you see xi axis or xi minus 1 and x1 or x0 axis are both in same plane. Both are in same plane, na? There is no distance in vertical direction. This is planar, na?
Yes, sir.
This is all axes are planar, na? So there is no z direction any displacement. So d1 should be 0 for all. d1, d2, d3, d3. Because in z direction there is no displacement of x1, x2, x3. All are in same plane. So d1, d2, d3 will be 0. Similarly, link measurement. No, this is the angle between Z1, Z2. Z1, Z2, Z3 all are parallel to each other because all are perpendicular to the plane. So angle will be what? Between two parallel lines, how many angles are there? Between that two parallel lines? 0.
Zero.
Okay. So twist angle will be also 0. Hello.
Yes, sir.
All are okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any problem in this?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Come. Then now we know all parameters, 4 parameters know. Huh? AI, theta I, di, alpha I. Then form the table. In table, write here link I, AI, di, alpha I and theta I in heading. Then how many links are there? Link 1, 1, 2, 3 represent in this way. For link 1, AI will be A1. You are defined now. For link 2, AI will be A2. For link 3, AI will be A3. You know, fill the table. For link 1, DI since in same plane, so all are 0. For link 2, it is also 0. For link 3, it is also 0. Twist angle, alpha I, since all are in same plane and all axes are parallel to each other, so all angles are 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Alpha I for link 1, 0, for link 2, 0, for link 3, 0. And theta I, since theta I is given, theta 1, theta 2, theta 3. Here theta 1, theta 2, theta 3 is our variable. Because we change this, then we get that. And theta 1, so written is theta 1, theta 2, theta 3. Here theta 1, theta 2, theta 3. In this way, DS parameter table we will prepare. This is called DS parameter table. Okay. By knowing this DS parameter table, you can specify a manipulator. Suppose that this TS parameter is given for 3 DF manipulator. 3 are there. It means that manipulator link length is L1, A1, A2, A3. DE, D1, D2, D2, D3 are 0. It means in same plane. And phi 0 and joint variables are theta 1, theta 2, theta 3. And this simple planar can be represented in a table form in this way, DS parameter table. This is called DS parameter table. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I come to this point. How many frames are here? How many frames are here?
4 frames.
4. Okay. Why transformation matrix? You rotate frame 3 here, frame 3 to frame 2 first. Okay. Then frame 2 to frame 1.
Frame.
Then frame 1 to frame
Frame
0. It means this frame 3, you represent with respect to frame 0. And this frame become in same axis, same coordinate frame. So the end effector of at the point of tip of point 3 can be calculated. You know na the relation between this frame and this frame, you know na, frame 2 and frame 3, this frame 2 and frame 3, this represent, frame 1 and this represent. In this way you calculate. Say I am coming there, that point. Okay. First, how to calculate the DH parameter come. Oh, this is simple plane, no problem. DH parameter is simple. Now come to the spatial. This is planar. Now come to spatial. This is Ascara manipulator. Have you know Ascara manipulator? Anyone? Hello? Hello?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
No Ascara manipulator? अच्छा ठीक है, just Ascara full form is selective compliance articulated robot arm. Okay, actually it has 4 DOF. Actually it is used for industry for assembly purpose. Here it has 4 degree DOF. And here you see the 4 DOF. First joint is revolute joint. Here you see first joint is revolute, second joint is also revolute, but third joint is prismatic. You see arrow by blue line up and down, and fourth joint is also revolute, and 3 revolute and 1 prismatic. The first two joint rotate the and establish the horizontal plane of the tool. Our tool is here, and third joint is prismatic that determine the vertical position of the tool, and fourth joint determine the relation of orientations. In this way, there are 4 joints. So first what is our first approach? We define links, we define joints, then we attach frame, then we find the DH parameter. So first we define links. This is our link 0 because it is not rotating about this point. This is our first revolute joint. So link 1, this is link 2, and this is prismatic. This is the link 3, and after that end effector rotate about revolute joint. This is link 4. And how many joints are there? J1, joint 1, J2, joint 2, J3, prismatic. J3 is prismatic, and Z4, rotation about this. Z4, here you see, J4. Okay? And there we have numbered the links, number the joints, and now attach the frame. Where will be our frame 1 will be attached? Frame 1 will be attached at the end point of link 1. So we attach here. For simplicity, we attach here. For link 2, here, X2, white, Z2. Similarly, come to the joint link 1. First we establish Z0 along the axis of rotation, Z1 along the axis of rotation, Z2 since it is linear vertically upward downward, so it is Z2 is downward here, and third is revolute type, so its rotation about vertical, so its Z axis will be in vertical downward. Okay, then we established X1, XI axis, and X1 will be perpendicular to Z1, Z0 and Z1 and away from Z0 and in this direction. Similarly, X2 will be perpendicular to Z1 and Z2 and away from Z1 and in this direction. Similarly, perpendicular to Z1, Z2 and Z3 perpendicular and in this direction. Same. So we have made Z1 and X2 same direction. So that angle, there is no angle. So become angle here theta 0. And similarly for last tool, parallel to the X3 axis. We know X0, Y0, calculate. We know Z0, X0, calculate Y0. We know Z1, X1, calculate Y1. In this way, we calculate Y-axis for our frames. Okay. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So now we have attached the frame. So now determine the link length. First link length. Link length will be parallel distance between Z0 and Z1. This is A1. For link 2, distance between Z1 and Z2. Here A2. Z1 and Z2 distance this. Similarly A3, distance between Z1 and Z3. Here see Z3 and Z2 in same line downward. So the distance between those two axes are 0. So it is 0. Similarly, distance between Z4 and Z3 in same direction, same line. So this value is also 0. Joint angle theta 1, angle between X0 and X1. X0 and X1, since it is theta 1. Since we are seeing on the same plane, actually it is three-dimensional. So there is some angle between Z1 and X0 and X1. So that is represented by theta 1. Theta 2, angle between X2 and X1. This is also rotated by some angle. But here we see in plane. But this is some angle, theta 2. So it is represented as theta 2. Similarly, theta 3, there is no angle. Theta 3 is 0. Theta 4, angle between X3 and X4. X3 and X4. There is some, since there is a rotation, there may be some angle between theta 3 and theta 4. So it is theta 4. Now come to D1. D1, D2 will be 0 because both Z1, joint 1, joint 2 are in same plane. The distance will be 0. D3 will be, what is Z1? Along Z1, aligned to X2 and X3. X2 and X3, distance between X2 and X3 along the Z3. What will it will be D3. So it is D3. Similarly, distance between X3 and X4 along Z4. And this is our D4. And we know link length, link angle and joint distance. Then we calculate twist angle. Only we calculate here 3 parameters. Last parameter is twist angle. Twist angle will be, what is twist angle? Alpha 1 over 0, because the angle between Z0 and Z1 measured about X1, both are parallel. So it is 0. For alpha 2, angle between Z1 and Z2. Z1 is upward down and Z2 is downward. So the angle between Z1 and Z2 will be 180 degree. You see, both direction in opposite direction. So alpha 2 will be pi. And again alpha 3 will be 0 because Z1 and Z2 in angle between Z1 and Z2 will be 0. Similarly, Z3 and Z4 are in same line, so alpha 4 is also 0. In this way, we calculate DH parameter for Ascara manipulator. First table, in table first row, link, then AI, link length, DI, alpha I, theta I. For link 1, link length will be A1, DI will be 0 0, alpha I also 0, but theta is theta 1. For link 2, AI will be A2, DI will be 0 again, and alpha I will be pi, because Z1 and Z2 direction in opposite direction. So angle between Z1 and Z2 will equal to pi, and theta 2, theta I. For link 3, AI, there is 0. For link 3, AI, what should be? 0. What? DI will be D3. And alpha I again 0. And the angle between Z3 and Z2 is 0. And theta 2, 0. Because the angle between X2 and X3 is equal to 0. Similarly, for link 4 given. Okay, in this way, DS parameter you can prepare for Ascara manipulator. And you have a study planar manipulator, simple planar manipulator, and simple Ascara manipulator, a special manipulator also, to calculate the DH parameter. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay?
Yes.
Can I take more? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Can I take more time?
Sir, we have class now, sir.
What only teaches DH parameter, forward kinematics and backward kinematics remain same. Let's okay. Thank you. Hey, actually, hello.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you people understand or not? Truly.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Otherwise, you teach, you read. Okay. You read, then you will find very simple. DH, if you know the DH parameter, without DH parameter, you cannot do anything in manipulator. No kinematics, no dynamics, no trajectory planning, no programming anything. So DH parameter is must. Very simple. DH parameter, what is it? 4 steps only. First, numbering the links, numbering the joints, attach the frame, and define the parameter. Only these things. So you can do exercise something. Oh, you follow some book? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
You follow some book? Read some book? You read. Otherwise, then you will find it. Okay. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, sir.
We will meet next. Okay, thank you.